Hey guys, today we're going to dig into some algorithm tips to help you grow and build your business and to become successful entrepreneur. So I bet whenever you were scrolling Facebook before you entered into Nu Skin, you just kind of scrolled mindlessly. We kind of all do that. It's very addictive. We get into the habit of just absent-mindedly going on Facebook and scrolling. But now that you are selling, you have to kind of change that mindset. So we're going to change from the scroller to an actual worker behind the scenes in Facebook. So how are we going to do that? I bet you didn't know that only 6% of your Facebook friends see your stuff. 6%. I think you guys are going to need to get a notebook and pen and let's write some notes because this is some important information. So only 6% of your Facebook friends see your stuff. That's on average, that's about it. You might have a couple more trickle in here and there, but the thing is that Facebook is going to go off of your engagements, which we'll talk about in a minute. But only 6%, if you have 100 friends, only 6 people are seeing your stuff daily, consistently, over and over every day. What if you have 1,000 friends? That's what, 60 friends that are seeing your stuff? That's not that many. You're like, oh, hey, I've got 1,000 friends, that's a lot. Well, it may look a lot, but it's really not a lot when you're thinking in the aspect of who else really seeing your stuff. So here are some tips and tricks to help you get those numbers up. So engagement is super important. And the things that you're going to engage on are posts, stories, lives, and reels. Okay, so when you're engaging on a post, you do not want to like the post. You want to heart it. Facebook, it's so weird because algorithm has to do so much with numbers. You wouldn't think of Facebook being a numbers game, but it is. So Facebook is looking more for the real connection. So you want to have loves, like the hearts, not just the likes. Facebook could really could care less about likes. Loves are more important. Comments are super, super important because that makes them think, oh, okay, these guys are commenting back and forth. They must be friends. I'm gonna put their stuff in each other's feed. That's how Facebook works. And it's, like I said, so crazy. But if you start commenting and loving the different posts, or even if you are, say, you've put up a post and somebody's boosting your post and they put a comment on your post that you've got going on. You want to love that comment and you want to comment back to it. Again, that's showing Facebook, hey, we have a connection, we have a relationship. They're going to start putting their stuff in your feed constantly. Stories. You want to comment to at least 25 stories. It could be like laughing, or it could be like, hey, I love your dress. Your kid is so cute. I'm so proud of you. How did you make that? Can I have that recipe? And it could be anything. Anything that's the first thing that comes to your mind. Even if you you might not want to go buy that dress. You might not really ever use that recipe, whatever the case, but at least you've got some engagement going on. And then that kind of makes that person feel like, hey, they like what I'm putting up. And so they're going to follow you more closely, okay? So 25, let's do this over again. We try to do 50 kind of engagement on posts throughout the day, not all at one time. And then 25 for stories. If you see lives, especially that our girls are putting up in the boosting chat or just when you are scrolling and engaging, just stop by and help because that's going to help your Sideline Sisters engagement go up as well, and she will return the favor. So you want to both create lives and you also want to comment on at least our Sideline Sisters lives. If I'm scrolling, I honestly too will just, if somebody's doing like a boutique or whatever, I'll be like, hey, that's cute. Or if I see somebody talking about they're at the park with their kids, like I'll just hop on and be like, my child loves to go to the park. I do not sit there and watch the lives. I do not have time for that. So you can still get on and comment. Just because you can't sit and watch doesn't mean that you can't be on there and just comment real quick. Reels is what Facebook is favoring right now. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but Reels is so important. Everybody is like, I can't make one of those. If you can't make one of those, we'll get to that point later. Highly recommend you trying it though, because it's a very good tool. We're getting a lot of followers that way. But if you can comment on Reels and save some for yourself, just try it. Nobody is amazing at Reels. Like, we all have to like work really hard to kind of get to where we're at, and we all could use some more work. So, but that is what Facebook is favoring right now. That means that's where most of the people are. When they get online, they don't want to see all the garbage in your Facebook feeds. So they hop on, they go straight to stories and straight to Reels. And so people will go down the rabbit hole. You probably have done it too. The rabbit hole of Reels, and just watch reel after reel after reel after reel after reel. So if you could get think about it, if you do it, other people are doing it. And if you could get your reel out in front of those people's faces, then how many times are you liking and following people? Same thing can happen for you. One thing I want to talk about that is very, very, very important. A different color. Okay, we're gonna put this over here. Do not share. Okay, so on your Facebook, whenever you're looking at a post, there is underneath the post, every post is like, comment, share. I know a lot of you like to share. You want to send it to your page so you could save it for later, or so that your friends and family can see it, because if you like it, they must like it, right? Facebook hates it. Facebook absolutely despises shares. So what we need to do is we need to kind of switch that mindset, and we want to, can you maybe take a picture, screenshot, crop it out, and then save that to your camera roll, and then maybe you could copy the post and then take it and make it your own post, brand new post on your wall. That is okay. You can do that. Facebook's not gonna hate that. In fact, I do that all the time, and I'll put it at the top. Hey, saw this on Facebook. Thought you guys might like to see it too. Thought somebody could get something from this. Put it on here so I can see it later, whatever. So that maybe it'll come up in my memories from year to year. I do that often. If it is a meme, screenshot it. If it is a video, if you get off that page and you go off of Facebook to somewhere else, you're automatically going to drop down. You might be like, Heather, how do you know this? Well, my upline, Blakely Lawrence, has done a lot of intense studying with Fraser Brooks, and he is a network marketer that knows all of the algorithm tips and tricks from within Facebook. And so this is where we have an inside source. So this is where this comes from. So just don't share. You can, if you want to keep it for later, just for your purposes, there in the top right hand corner, there are 3 dots of every post. You can click on that and save, and then there's like a whole little album that you can create of videos and posts that you save that you can come back to for later. So I highly recommend you doing that, but just don't share. Ever, ever, ever. The only time, I take that back, the only time you're ever gonna share is when you share your post to the boosting chat. It's not going out in Facebook lane, it's literally going to the chat, and we will all come and boost you back. So that's super important. In the next video, we're gonna talk about a thing called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is gonna tell you how to get that engagement way up, but these are some things that I want you to focus on. So again, we're gonna try to engage on 50 posts a day, 25 stories. If you see a live, comment on it, and then you need to be looking and following some reels, and then commenting on them as well, because we got to get this 6% of our Facebook friends number up. And no sharing. Thanks guys for joining me. We'll see you soon.